Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. We have an unsleeving for you today of a new release from Revolution Games. The Day Was Ours. The American Civil War, Volume 6. From the series, designed by series designer Herman Luttman. I think the game is from somebody else. We'll see when we get into it. I got the Ziploc version of it because I have the Ziploc version of the rest of the series. So I figured no sense in getting the box just for this one. But there is a boxed version available. So let's take a look at what we get in this product. So we have this cover card. The box looks like this too, and I do like the trade dress we have here. And on the back of that, we have a display which contains a turn record track, a victory point track, and a broken track where broken units end up until their eventual recovery in theory. We have some player aids here. Let's see. We're going to have 2 player aids. 2 for each player, I should say. So there's 2 different player aids. These are the main combat player aids with the cohesion test tables, a terrain key, and on the backs we have the color-coded combat results table. The colors do mean something. If you would like to see how this system works, please do check out my complete playthrough of Thunder in the Ozarks, which is the Battle of Pea Ridge on the channel. The other player aid is a black and white player aid, or grayscale if you like, with a sequence of play, a variety of informational tables on one side, and then on the other side we have the event descriptions for the Confederate and the Union. This is a chit pull system. In addition to activation chits, you can draw event chits, which do various things, and you can kind of accumulate them and spend them when you want. So here's the series rulebook, which is, I think, the same as every other series rulebook that I've seen. At least this is the updated one anyway. And it is a 16-page black and white book with relatively minimal illustrations, but it's on pretty nice paper. This is a pretty light series. It is much lighter than obvious alternatives at the same scale like the Great Battles of the American Civil War series or the Line of Battle series from Dean Essig. Here's the exclusive rules. Designer Matt Ward, developer Daniel Rouleau and Roger Miller, art by Rick Barber, Charlie Kibler, Mark Mahaffey, and rules and charts layout by Richard Handewith. Now this is a 16-page book. This is on a satin finish paper, relatively heavy satin finish paper, and it is full color. So looks like there's not a ton of really specialized information here that really changes the game. It looks like there's a bunch of game-specific rules, but I don't actually think that's true. There's usually a couple of scenarios. So this is First Bull Run, by the way, which is a very early battle in the American Civil War. Scenario 1, Scenario 2, and a Scenario 3, which covers the entire battle. Of course, Stonewall Jackson rises to fame in this battle. Here's some counters. There's one counter sheet. These are 5/8 inch counters on a thick brown core stock. If previous games from Revolution Games are any indication, these should clip very nicely. And it looks good. Here's some names you may recognize amongst the leader list. So I will leave that as an exercise for the viewer. As you can see, the density is not spectacularly high here. And lastly, we have the map. So this is one of a number of maps that were completed by legendary wargame map artist Rick Barber before his untimely passing. I think that was in 2020, but it might have been 2021. I'm not sure. But in any event, we have a very beautiful Rick Barber map. I know that Rick is a bit of a polarizing figure when it comes to map artists among wargamers. Some critique his readability, which can be problematic at times. This particular map doesn't look too dense in most of the map anyway. And although I agree with the statement that there are readability problems on a lot of Barber maps, I also very much do like his art style. And so when these came up for pre-order, I was like, I should order those. And then when people started saying that they had received them already, I was like, better get on that. So I went and ordered the 2 new games in the series, which include this one, and Thunder at Dawn, which is the Battle of Wilson's Creek. I'm happy to add Blind Swords series games to my library, so I'm happy to add this one as well. It is a very nice system. I do like it quite a bit, even though it is much lighter than the alternative systems that I also like. And what can I say? I'm a big Civil War nerd at this point. So if you've found this video useful or helpful, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe to the channel, and if you'd like to help support Ardwulf's Lair, please do check out the links to the Patreon, the merch store, and the Ko-Fi in the video description. Until next time, thanks for watching, and happy wargaming.